Dear students, let us continue learning the course Data Structures and Applications. We are in the fifth session of the module 2. The topics covered under this session are the examples of recursion, that is a Tower of Hanoi and a Hackerman function. Myself, Dr. Suresh Adi from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering from Kendra Engineering College, Bantwal, Mangalore. First, as we learnt already, recursion means the function which calls itself, either it may be in a direct call or in an indirect call. So that will be called as a recursion. So in the previous class, we learned the application of recursion on the computation of a factorial of a number, GCD of two numbers. Then we learned the finding the Fibonacci sequence. Let us continue our study on the recursion. So now here we consider the example of solving Tower of Hanoi. So in the Tower of Hanoi problem, we used to have the three leg pegs which are present over here. The example, let us take A, B and C. These are the three pegs which are present. Now we have a finite number of discs on the peg A. Finite number of n discs are there on the peg A, which are arranged with their size. That is the top, that is the bottommost will be of the higher size, then next will be of lower size, then next will be of a lower size, like that it will be arranged. Fine. So now we need to move these discs from a peg A to peg C one at a time, but there is a restriction that we can't keep a larger disc on the smaller disc. I hope the problem is clear. So what is the problem? We need to move the discs which are there on the peg A to the peg C. The movement should be done from A to C. What is the rule over there? We need to move one disc at a time. One disc at a time. Which one we can move? Only the one which is there on the top. Only the top disc we can move. What is the second rule over there? We can't place a larger disk on a smaller disk. That is, we cannot place a smaller disk on the larger disk. That is, I can't place a larger disk on the smaller disk. The bottom one should be a larger one. On the top of it, I can keep the smaller disk. This is our Tower of Hanoi problem. Fine. So now let us look how this can be accomplished. Now let us take this example, which is having the number of disk will be equal to 3. So here we are having the number of disks will be equal to 3, that is n equal to 3. Now you can see the 3 disks which are colored in the different colors. How the movement can be done? So what we will do, first we take the first disk from A and I will move it to C. First disk I have taken and I have moved it to C. Fine. Then the second disk from A I will move it to B. Where do I kept the first disk? First disk I kept to C. Second disk I kept to B. Then next, in the third moment, I will take out the disk which was in the C. This is a smaller disk. This I will keep on the top of the B, to the peg B. So now everything is ordered, right? So then next, I take the disk from the A, the larger disk, and I will put it to the C. Now the red movement you can see over there from 3 to 4, if you observe, you can see the red movement over there. Then next, from the peg A, the smaller one which is on the top, I will put it to A. Then in the next moment, the disk on the B, I will move it to C. Then in the last moment, the disk on the A, I will move it to C. So total how many movements I have done? I have done the total 7 movements over here. For the 3 disks, I made the 7 movements. What are the 7 movements? First movement will be from A to C. Second movement will be from A to B. Then the next movement will be from C to B. The next movement will be from A to C. The next will be from B to A. The next will be from B to C. The next will be from A to C. Fine. I hope you are following. Fine. So the same thing, how this can be programmed using the recursion. How this can be programmed using the recursion. This is of highest interest. Fine. Now let us take the example over here. Fine. So now as we learned already, when we have a, that is each recursion problem should have our base value. Should have our base value. That is, we need to reduce the problem to the base level. That you have to remember. If the base value for n equal to 1, that is, if I have only a one disk, if I have only a one disk, fine. So now this is my peg A, then this is my peg C. In between that one, I have the peg B. This is peg A, peg B, and the peg C. So assume I have only one disk which is present over here. Now how I can move that one? That is only one moment, but that moment from A to C. Directly I can move. Directly I can move. That is, for the one disk, I need only one moment. The moment will be from peg A to peg C. I hope it is clear. Fine. So next one, the next case. Assume I have two disks over there. So same three pegs over here. Peg A, then the peg B, and the peg C. Assume I have the two disks present over here. The larger one in the bottom. On the top of it, I will put the smaller one. Now I need to make the moment. How I can make the moment? First disk will be from A to B. That is my first moment. The next moment will be from A to C. The next moment will be from B to C. If you observe it carefully, till the n minus 1 disk, we make the moment from A to B using C as an auxiliary point. C as an auxiliary point. Fine. Then next we make the moment from B to C using A as the auxiliary point. Using A as the auxiliary point. Fine. The same thing, the same logic we are going to apply. Fine. So this can be reduced to, we make the moment from peg A to peg B. We make the moment from a peg A to peg B, that is using C as your temporary or the auxiliary peg. Then next we make the last disk from the peg A to peg C. From this peg A to peg C, we make the moment. Fine. Then next, the next n minus 1 disk will be moved from a peg B to peg C with the peg A as your auxiliary node. Fine. So now let us try to analyze the same problem using the three disk. Then that will be much more clear. This is my peg A. This is my peg B. This is my peg C. I have the three disk I will place. Disk number 3, disk number 2, and the disk number 1. Fine. So what I will do, I will first make the moment from A to C. Then I will move the disk from A to B. Then I will make this is my first move. This is my second move. Then in the third moment, I will make the moment from C to B. So now if you observe, out of these three disks, I moved two disks to B using C as the auxiliary point or the temporary point. I hope it is clear. Then next, once I make that moment, that is two disks are over here. Then next, the last disk, I will put it to the C, from A to C. This is your moment. This is the moment, that is A to C. Fine. Again, what I will do, from B to C, Now this is moved. Then next what I will do, the first disk I will put it over here. Then the later disk I will put it on the top of it. Then next I will put this disk over here. That is, I make the movement from a B to C, left out two disk. That I will move to C, but using A as the auxiliary. So initially A to B movement with C as the auxiliary. Then next, there is n minus 1 disk. The last disk I will make the movement from A to C. Then next what I will do, I will make the n minus 1 disk to move from a peg B to peg C. Fine, using A as the auxiliary peg. Fine. This is the basic logic of solving the tower of Ni problem, which includes these three sub-problems. The large problem can be divided into these three sub-problems over there. Fine. Now, how that solution will be established, you can observe over here. Simple one. So, now we have the n number of disk. Beginning, that is your peg A. Auxiliary, this is your peg B. Ending, this is your peg C. This is the call from our main. In the previous case, there are 3 disks, n will be equal to 3. Auxiliary will be equal to, beginning will be equal to peg A. Auxiliary will be equal to peg B. And ending will be your peg C. Fine. Then next, what we are doing, we now A beginning will be this one. Now beginning is your A, ending and the auxiliary. Now what the moments we will make, let us observe. First case, we make the n minus 1 moment. In the previous case, it was when we have the 3 disk, 2 disk we will move. From where to where? From A. A was in your beginning, from beginning. From the beginning. Then next one, where we will move? From the beginning. Next, we will move it to the our beginning. That is, the beginning is our A. Beginning is our A. N minus 1 disk, we move from the A. To where we move, you can observe the same sequence over here. Where we move, we will move it to B. What was B over there? B is your auxiliary. You have to look. B is your auxiliary. From A to B, we move with C as our auxiliary point. C as our auxiliary peg. This is our first recursive call. This is our first recursive call. Fine. The next one. The next moment, what will move? The last disk from the one disk will move. From where? From A. Where will I move? To the C, which is our auxiliary point, that is our B. This is my second call, that is from beginning to the end, the lowermost disk, which is the largest disk, that disk we are going to move from A to C. Then next, what is the third step over there? Again, the n minus 1 disk, where they are present? They are present in your B. What is B over there? It is your auxiliary point. This is your B. Auxiliary point. Where will I move this one? I will move it to C. Now, which is my auxiliary point? My auxiliary will be the E. Using E as my auxiliary, I will make the movement. Fine. So, these are the three sub-problems. That is, a large problem will be divided into these three sub-problems. Our large problem will be divided into these three sub-problems. Fine. So, now let us look at the function. If n equal to 1, this is my base point. So, each recursive function should have one base value on which it won't call the function. That is, if n equal to 1, then we make the direct movement from the beginning to the end. If not, then I will come over here. Move the n minus 1 disk from A beginning to, that is A to B, with C as your auxiliary. Then make the movement from beginning to the end, which is this is your the lowermost disk on the A, which is of highest weight, will be moved from beginning to the end. Then next, move your n minus 1 disk, which were there in your auxiliary B point, to the end using A as your auxiliary. Fine. These are the three calls what we are making. Fine. So now let us do it for the Let us do it for your three pegs over there. Assume peg A, peg B, peg C. Peg A, peg B, and the peg C. We will have the 3 disc over here. N equal to 1, condition fail. We will come over here. We make the first call from our main. That is our tower. Tower, that is 3 disc. From the beginning is our A. Auxiliary will be our B. Ending peg will be our C. Fine. Then the next call will be over here. What is the call over here? Again, tower. Tower. This will be n minus 1 is now 2. Beginning is our A. Ending is our C. Auxiliary will be our B. 2 disk I need to move from A to B with C as the auxiliary point. This is what the function call is. Now again it will come over here, n equal to 1, condition fail. Condition fail. Again it will come to the next line. What is the next line over there? Again it is a tower. So n minus 1 is 1 disk. I need to move from a beginning. So beginning was your A. So this will be, you need to look beginning, end will be copied to auxiliary, auxiliary will be copied to end. Fine. Beginning is our A. The next end is our auxiliary. Auxiliary is our B. Then ending is our, that is your B with your C. Fine. Now n equal to 1. Condition satisfied. What is the moment? Beginning to the end. What is the beginning point? A. That is, I make the first moment from A to C. Which moment will move? This disk will move from A to C. Fine. So now again the condition. Fine. So now this condition is satisfied. The first condition is satisfied. Now we break it, again we come over here. Next, we make the movement from beginning to the ending. What is beginning? A. What is my ending? B. The next movement will be from A to B. A to B. Again, I make the call. What is that call? N minus 1. N minus 1 is my, again, a tower. Tower. N minus 1 is, this is done. So now we are solving this one. 1 comma. Now this is your auxiliary. What is the auxiliary over here? B. Now to the beginning will be your auxiliary will be your B. Then next beginning will be your A. The next ending will be your auxiliary will be equal to here. You compare. Auxiliary will be equal to C. Beginning will be A. Then next ending will be your B. Fine. That is now it is equal to 1. What is the beginning over here? C. So that is, I make the moment from C to B. Now if you look over here, the first disk was moved from A to C. Second was from A to B. Then next was from C to B. Fine. So again, it is a recursive call. Fine. It is a recursive call. Again, now this condition is satisfied. Now again, it will come to the next line. That is, we make the moment from A to C. This condition is satisfied. For this one, we make the moment from A to C. Again, there will be a call. Fine. That is, the next moment will be from A to C. This is how the recursion works. This is how we solve the Tower of Hanoi problem. Fine. Let us observe for the 4 disk. What are all the movements we will make? 4 disk, 2 movements. So first will be with the ACB, that is A to B we will move using C auxiliary. Then B to C we will move using the A as the auxiliary. In between that one we move the A to C. Fine. Again for the now it is for the 3 disk. Fine. Now it is for the 4, it is for the 3, now it is for the 2, now it is for the 1. So how the movement will be done? That will be represented in a pictorial manner. That is represented in the pictorial manner, and this is how the recursive call happens. This is how the recursive call happens. Fine. So next, one more problem will be your Hackerman function. Will be your Hackerman function. So now the Hackerman function is a function with 2 arguments, each of which can be assigned with any non-negative value, that is 0, 1, 2. So now how it will work? If m equal to 0, then it will give the value as n plus 1. It can be anything. Suppose I will put the value as a of 0, 4. So m is now 0, n is now 4. What is the value of n plus 1? Which will be equal to n is 4, 4 plus 1, 5, like this. Then second case, if m not equal to 0, but n is 0. So example, a of 1, 0. If it is the case, then I will solve it as a of m minus 1, comma, m minus 1 is your 1 minus 1 is your 0, 1. If both are not 0, then we apply this rule. If both are not 0, then we apply this rule. If the first component is 0, this rule. If second component is 0, this rule. If both are non-zero, then we apply this rule. Now let us take this example, a of 1, 3. So both are non-zero, right? It is m is 1, n equal to 3. Now we come over here. It will be called as a of m minus 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. Then a of m comma n minus 1. What is the m value? 1. N minus 1 is 3 minus 1 is 2. So now again the new call a of 1, 2. A of 1, 2. Both are non-zero. Again this will be m minus 1 is 0. A of m comma n minus 1. 1, 1. Again 1, 1. Both are non-zero. Again we come over here. Now a of 0, a of 1, 0. A of 1, 0 will satisfy this one. A of 1, 0 will be written as a of 1, 0 will be written as m minus 1, 1. That is 0, 1. So now m equal to 0, n plus 1. 1 plus 1 equal to 2. That we will give. This will give to this one. Next we give it to this one. Now this will be 0, 2. A of 0, 2 this one. So now what is the value of 0, 2? 2 plus 1 which will be equal to 3. So now 3. Now a of 1, 1 will be equal to your a of 1, 1 will be equal to a of 0, a of 1, 0. What is our a of 1, a of 1, 0? So we got a of 0, 2 which will be equal to now 3. So now that will be copied to a of 1, 1. Right? So now the same thing will continue. At the end we will get the value as 5. At the end we will get the value as 5. Fine. So this is how the Hackerman function works. Fine. The references for this presentation are from the textbooks Elisa, Horowitz and Sartaj Sahni, Fundamentals of Data Structures in C, and Data Structures from the Sham Outline series. Thank you.